I'm here at SM, going home. Time check 7:34 p.m. Sunday. It is June the 30th. And I'm lining up to the jeep, going back home. Later. Hey all, so I'm now here in Quintin Salas and I'm drinking fresh milk. So I'm gonna do a storytelling what happened for today's video. My day, my catch up with my ex. Was it here? I'm not so sure. Let's go this way. So, before we start, time check at 7:57 p.m. now. And yeah, so we met up at Gaisano, Maine. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Gaisano, Maine. And then from there, we started walking to Esplanade. And we sit there, we talk, but most of those are actually not talk. It's just like a lot of moment of silence. Because no one is talking. I better go this way. So yeah, and because he wasn't clear about the intention why he wanted to catch up, if he emailed me, because we're actually communicating through email. If the email is about like getting back together, I would definitely say no to it. But the message, his email was like asking if we can meet and talk and catch up, and I said yes to that as like a friendly gesture, because I'm not expecting anything much. And yeah, we just met, and then there's no much of a drama, because again, it's not, that meeting is not something that we have to have a fight over something, because we're just meeting as individuals, so something like that. And I could say that meeting is kind of boring, because as I've mentioned, there's a lot of moments in that, from 4 to 7:30. There's most of that moment is actually just us staring to the fountain, staring to those like water, that kind of thing. And the talk part is just minimal. If he says something, I would respond something, and then after I respond, then it's a dead air, a long dead air. So yeah, so I said around 7:35, I said I'll be going home by 8. And then after I said that, he asked me if I'm ready to go 7:30. Then I said yes, because again, there's nothing really we're talking about. Yeah, and I kind of sleepy already. And not only that, you all. Of course, even though it's not upfront him saying that he wanted like to get back together, I say yes, not only to like give like to be nice to him, but also I give it like a second chance to see if that emotional connection would develop at this time around. But it didn't really. It's still the same feeling that I felt for him before. No emotional connection at all. And I don't want to waste both of our time like forcing ourselves to be in a relationship while other party is not ready or is not really for that relationship. He might want to be in a relationship with me, but in my end, I couldn't feel or I couldn't see me in the future with him. So, but I don't want to like say it up front because I know it hurts. So I have to say, or I have to, I'm not sure, because sometimes hiding the truth is more hurtful. But I'm not sure how am I gonna like say it to him that he won't be offended so much like that, or he won't be offended a lot. So I don't want that to happen because he is nice. It's just that I couldn't find any emotional connection while I'm with him. And of course, no one would like to be in a relationship if you are seeking a long-term relationship. You wouldn't want to engage yourself in that relationship that doesn't have any emotional connection with your partner at all. So yeah, and yeah, that's definitely the last time that we would catch up with each other, because it's not something that you can force it's not something that I can force myself to like fall in love with someone, which initially I didn't feel. Because if you meet someone at the first day, or at least in the first month, you would know if that man or if that girl is someone you can build a long-term relationship with. And I didn't feel that with him on our first like weeks, almost a month, because of lack of emotional connection, you all. He's nice. During our time, he made me feel like I'm emotionally secure because he didn't do anything for me to like overthink a lot. And yeah, it's not the third party issue that causes us to end that almost a month official relationship. It's not third party, it's just that we both agreed to end it. So, and we tried, or at least let's say we tried to like to try again if we can work things out by catching up, and it's still, there's the spark is still not there, y'all. So I don't want to force myself to be in a relationship that I don't even have emotional connection with my man. So emotional, physical, everything connection should be in that relationship to make it work. So it's just like he's respecting me. How about does he really love me, something like that? So if he love me, does he respect me? So it's not only respect you need in a relationship, you also need love. If there's love but there's no respect, it's still not gonna work. So if there's understanding but no respect, it's still not gonna work. So everything needs to be in that relationship to make it work. Respect, understanding, emotional connection, physical connection, or sexual connection should be in there. Because how could you be how could you work that relationship with someone if you don't even have the emotional connection, sexual connection, or physical, or attraction? You're not even like sexually or physically attracted to that man. How would you think that relationship would work? Of course it's not gonna work, you all. Talking about sexual attraction, did I feel any urges while I'm with him? Of course, but I had to take that part away, like put it aside and think about a relationship itself without a sex. So how is it going to work if like you already fed up with having sex with your partner, and if that's the only thing that you are like sticking him around with you for? So it's not good that I only keep him with me just because of my urges, something like that. So he deserves to find the right person who can like accept him fully, and I also deserve to find that person who can make me feel like that I am emotionally connected to him, or physically what you call that, physically attracted, or emotionally attracted and sexually attracted to that person, and being respected and being understood, and all of that should be like natural from that person. I don't want it like he's forcing himself, or he's pretending to be understanding, to be respectful, but after a while, or if we fight, then he's just gonna come back to his natural behavior, disrespectful, ununderstanding, something like that, abusive. So I don't want a person who pretends to be nice because you're just starting a relationship with me. Then you'll pretend you're nice, but at the end you're gonna be abusive or something. I don't like that. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna message him. I'm gonna tell him that I no longer going to that's gonna be the last. I'm not sure how I'm gonna say it. Am I gonna compose my message for him that he's not gonna be offended? I already offended him earlier because when he walked me to the overpass in front of the SM Mall because I'm gonna go home, right? And then he thanked me for my time, and then he like throw me a hug, but I didn't I didn't open my arms to hug him back. I just like tucked it in and hold my bag or my strap of my bag with my both hands, and he hugged me. But I felt that he was like it's not offended, but a kind of a shock that I didn't hug him back. So he's like when he realized, it's just my assumption, y'all, that when he realized that I wasn't hugging him back, he kind of pulled himself quickly and turned around quickly, because if you are like interested to someone and that person is not showing you any like emotional affection, like me not hugging him back is already like a sign that I'm not something. I know you all can understand what I'm thinking, but I couldn't like put it into words, because that's when action speaks louder than words to like is taking its place, because my action is speaking for me, like that I have no what you call that, I have no interest on pursuing that relationship or something, because I know he want to make things work. He's not gonna like ask me for a catch up if he's not hoping for something to work, you know. But he was hoping for something, but I'm just really a wrong person for him. I'm not the right one for him, because the right one should understand him, should accept him, should make him feel loved, should make him feel emotionally secure, and should respect him, should like show him emotional affection. But he's not getting that from me, because I am not emotionally attracted or connected to him. So yeah, it's kind of difficult, because you don't want to offend someone, at the same time your action, your honest action or reaction is something that can be offensive. Yeah. And well, I am not the right one for him, and I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm only forcing myself to feel something for that person, like forcing myself to find the connection, like emotional connection. I don't like that kind of relationship, because at the end it's still not gonna work. You might bear with it for a while, you might endure it for a while, but at the end of the day, it's still not real, because you're just forcing yourself to feel that way for someone just to like to accommodate someone else or somebody else's emotion, but you don't really feel that way. So I have to be honest to myself, because if I pretend that I like someone even though I don't, then it's still gonna be me who's gonna suffer, and he also gonna suffer because he will keep feeling that I'm not giving him the time he deserved, because again, I'm not the right one for him. So if we push things to work between us and it's still not gonna work, it's just gonna keep hurting both sides. So yeah, oh my god, it's hard. It's really hard situation to be in, you all, you know. There's because I've already been in that situation when someone, like I really love someone, but he only show interest to me, but he doesn't show love towards me. So it's kind of confusing in my part. So if I allow myself to keep like assuming like he'd change for me, he'd that probably gonna like feel that he loves me. If I keep like assuming things like that, then I shouldn't have quit with that person. But again, once there is a confusion in the relationship, that he's not making things clear to you, then that's already a sign that he's not ready for you. Because if he is, then he should be clear of his intention towards you. This ex I just catch up with is actually clear with his intention. He doesn't like say any excuses, not unlike my the previous man before him. I felt like he was like breadcrumbing me when I was like about to move on from him. He'll message me, and the dating app we met was like trying to find someone else to like you know, that they suddenly message me, then that confuses me again. But I didn't took that confusion as a sign of him wanting to like get back to me, because I did that before. I took that confusion as a sign that he wanted to get back to me, so I get back to him. But that didn't work, because it was just my assumption that breadcrumbing, that confusion he's giving me is a sign that he wanted me back. But the second time around, I didn't allow myself to assume things. So if there's a confusion, then that means it's not meant to work that time. So we may work in the future, who knows. But confusing me is already considered as a sign that things is not meant yet. It may be meant in the future, but not now. Yeah. So I felt what my ex will feel, or I experienced what he is going to experience or experiencing from me. That's the reason why I wanted it. I wanted to be honest to myself, because if I'm not honest to myself, then how can I be honest to him, right? If I'm lying to myself, then I've definitely lied to people. So that's it. I'm definitely gonna message him and gonna inform him that things are really not meant to be, and I don't want to force myself to be in any relationship that doesn't feel okay or doesn't feel that I'm like, you know, because if you're in the relationship that you know you feel that everything is fine, then you definitely know that you're in a right person, you're with the right person. But if you feel that there's still something that's lacking, like the connection, the this, the that, then it just only meant that it's not meant, that it's not gonna work. Even though you force things to work, it's still not gonna work, because at the end of the day, that thing that is not that is lacking would still come up. It's still going to emerge at the end of the day. So why stop it at as early as now, than trying it to work when you already felt that it's really not gonna work. So something like that, you all. So I base it on my experience. I've experienced situation, I'm like both ends or both sides. I experienced being in his shoe, I've experienced being in other shoes, something like that. I experienced what he experienced, and I let people experience what I have experienced, something like that. So, and then I know how it felt, and I know how people going to feel if they experience that thing, because I've already experienced it myself. So yeah, and now it's 8:23 and I'm kind of sleepy now, so I'm gonna need to go back and you all, so I could like clean myself and sleep, and probably message him by tomorrow, because he actually told me that he's gonna leave it up on me if I still wanted to communicate with him after that, after this day. I don't want to waste his time. I don't want to pretend that I'm gonna work things out with him, because it's just gonna prolong the confusion, and you know. So that's all, you all. I have to go back because I'm just outside of my apartment, back in the jeep. We're in the jeep again. So I'm gonna need to finish my milk, and then I'm gonna go inside and rest.